Great ingredients, served piping hot. A perfect combination, like you and Pick n Pay.
So Katleho mentioned that some people call them rotis, 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 and in India they're called chapatis, if I'm not mistaken. And Romola will be telling me if I'm correct or not. Good morning. Welcome to the Espresso Kitchen. Did I pronounce it correctly?
Absolutely.
It's an Indian flatbread, basically.
It's an Indian unleavened flatbread. It's called roti in Gujarat. It's called chapatis in all parts of India.
Okay, so where do we start? And before we start, actually, why don't you call in 083-913-3728. Let us know if you've ever made chapati at home. It's one of the first dishes I learned to make in Cape Town. So I'm going to watch you and see if you can do it the way I can do it, or learn a few things. But call in 083-913-3728 and give us advice or ask any questions about how to make this wonderful, wonderful dish. And a bit later on here on Espresso, you don't want to go anywhere, we're going to be making a dal. But right now, let's start with the rotis.
Thank you. So basically what you require is a flour. In South India or Northern India, you could use any local flour, which is a very wholesome, nutritious one. In South Africa, we use a bread flour, a brown bread flour, or any type of flour that you may choose to use.
Okay.
You know, you may be allergic to wheat. Basically 2 cups of bread flour, which I've sifted, 1 teaspoon of salt, and I'm going to take something like a spatula and just move that around there so that we can bind a nice dough. Firstly, we'll put in some oil, and that's just to keep it nice and breadcrumby.
Yes.
That way. And the trick is, Liesl, is to actually use very, very hot water.
That's right. That's what I learned in my cooking class.
2 cups of flour, 1 cup of, 1/3 a cup of oil to keep it soft and supple, some salt and some hot water.
And what a lot of people don't realize, and it surprised me when I was in the cooking class learning to make this, is it is so simple.
Very simple.
Very, very
use
simple.
These measurements, you can't go wrong. Okay. I'm going to put that aside because we have a bit of a ready dough here waiting for you. And this is what it should be, a nice supple dough.
Looks almost like a bread dough. Now, if you'd like the ingredients, let's send to your mobile phone. Our keyword today, ROTI, to 33728. The entire ingredients list will be sent to your mobile phone. And while you're shopping at Pick n Pay, you can just pick up the ingredients and make this quick at home.
Absolutely.
Okay, so I see you've made them into little balls.
Yes, from 2 cups you could get about 12 little rotis or about 8 fairly big ones. But the idea is to get them into a fairly round shape like that. Are you
I'm following you.
Oh, good for
Yeah.
you.
I hope I don't flop.
No, not at all. Just watch the teacher.
Okay.
Okay, so...
I'm watching. I hope you're watching at
So
home.
we are going to start by making a little round like that. What you also require in roti making is some ghee, which is clarified butter. That is ghee in the solidified
So
form.
where do you get ghee?
Oh, you can make it very simple, or you can buy it.
Pick n Pay has them, yes.
All right.
So easier to buy than to make.
So stage 1, a round little roti like that. Stage 2, a little bit of ghee and a few finger imprints. Stage 3, a bit of flour, and now comes the trick, Lisa. What you're going to do is create an air pocket.
Yes.
And we do that by lifting the edges and pinching. There we go.
That's right.
And we allow that to stand, and you go ahead and do the next one.
Okay.
While that's happening, I'm going to get my tavi heated. And
that's a tavi.
fairly hot, yeah. That's my Indian tavi.
Yeah.
And
If
this
you don't
is
have
my
one of
baby
those,
rolling
what can
pin.
you do?
Oh, anything.
Can you use a normal pancake pan?
Well, that's right. Or even, yes, a non-stick pan, or even your very nice heavy cooking pan.
Yes.
Anything that will give you...
A pot or won't a pot?
No. You need something shallow.
Okay.
All right, so away we go. Watch the movement, please. So we actually roll from the side, move over. Can you see that?
Yes.
It actually becomes a lovely round that way.
Okay.
And try and keep the shape.
This is something that you need to be able to do. It's not a rush job. I don't know, you're gonna teach me how how it looks once it's done.
Well, it's very even. We pop it on a very nice hot pan. That's so important.
This is what it looks like when it's done.
Oh yeah, that's the done dish. That's the dal with some prepared roti. Basically, you need a minute per roti. About 20 seconds on one side, you get the bubbles coming up. We then turn it over and move that around. If you haven't got good fingers for the heat, just move it with a little bit of an oven glove or your Indian spatula. And away you go. The second 20 seconds, it cooks completely, but keep moving it around. And then over and done. And on this side, it should actually, if the heat is correct, it would pop into a complete
There we- Look at that.
puff like that.
It looks amazing.
Once
Romola.
more on that side, yeah. Once that's done,
It looks like this.
you can, I'm just going to turn it onto that side. It looks like this. You can then just decorate it, give it a bit of a covering of ghee.
And then what we're going to do is we're going to come back a bit later on. You're going to teach me how to eat it.
Oh, you can even try now if
I
you
will
want.
try. I won't have time right now. I might get one of the guys to try it.
Okay.
And let us know.
All right.
And a bit later on, we'll be making dal. Romola, you're not going anywhere. You're staying in the kitchen
Thank
to teach
you.
me a thing or two. And it's Espresso here on SABC3. I'm going to see if anyone wants some of this.
Stay with Espresso and SABC3.